Hello, welcome to Old Nerd Reads his Marvel Comics in Order, Episode 2. This is just an update episode. I just got these two issues of Fantastic Four from eBay. They are the start of the story arc that I had in my collection but didn't have the first couple issues of it. So I found these on eBay in pretty nice condition, probably fine condition, I guess. Maybe very fine if I'm lucky. But it was for the right price, and definitely worth it because the seller, not only did he send these two, he sent 3 bonus comics. He sent some issues of Empire. These 3 issues. I think this is mostly written by Dan Slott. Dan Slott's name is on all 3 of these titles. Empire number 0, Fantastic Four, an issue of Fantastic Four is an Empire tie-in, and an Empire number 1, Avengers and Fantastic Four. Here's my plan. So these 2 comics will be the earliest Fantastic Fours in my collection. So since I'm reading my collection in order, this is where I will start when I get to, let's see, what year is this? 75, 74. So this is 1974, February 1974. So I think I have some Captain Americas maybe that take place before this. Maybe some Marvel team-ups. I'm not sure. But these will be some of the first that I read. So I thought it would be interesting since I don't read, like, nothing against new stuff from Marvel Comics. But the fact that this comic seller on eBay threw in 3 modern comics as just, hey, here you go. Here's a surprise bonus. And that was very nice of him. But to me, that's just like, I got to get rid of this junk because I can't sell it, so I'm going to give it away. And I imagine this probably is junk. But what my plan is I'm going to read this, the very first issue I have. Actually, that's not true. I have one issue that's older than this in my collection. What issue number is it? I think it's like 149. Where the heck did I put it? Yeah, I have 149. That's the oldest Fantastic Four issue I own. Really nice condition too. But then I don't have anything until now 155. But here's my plan. Since this doesn't really tie into the reading my Marvel Comics in order, what I'm going to do is an incentive to read this standalone issue. I'm going to read this for characterization of the Fantastic Four from, say, 1974, the year I was born. I'm going to read this issue, which, was only 10 or so years since Stan Lee and Jack Kirby started the comic. I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to read these 3. And I'm going to do a little compare, I guess, to see what I think is the difference in quality, in storytelling, in characterization of the Fantastic Four from 1974 to, I think this is 2022 maybe. I think this came out 2022 maybe. What the heck's the indicia? 2020. This came out in 2020. So a difference of, 45 years. Let's see how different the comic book just feels to an old nerd like me from 74 to 2020. I have a feeling that this is going to be kind of tough to read through. And in these older comics' defense, these can be tough to read through too because they're so wordy and they can be corny. But they actually feel like Marvel Comics. It'll actually feel like Fantastic Four. Whereas this might feel like something totally different. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll be surprised. I doubt it. but we'll see. It's kind of the same thing as new Disney Star Wars versus the original Star Wars. The original series, the original trilogy, felt like Star Wars. The prequel trilogy still felt like Star Wars, depending on, I mean, whether you liked it or not, it still felt like Star Wars because George Lucas did it. Now, the Disney Star Wars feels like Star Wars once in a while during a movie, occasionally. Like I started watching that new, what is the new series on Disney Plus, the new Star Wars series? It's called Skeleton Crew. Started watching that with my wife and daughter. It's kind of a family kid type show, so I figured it was a good excuse for all of us to watch it. And my wife and daughter kind of enjoy it. And every once in a while, I mean, it feels like the further we get from the sale of Star Wars from George Lucas to Disney in 2012, whenever that was, the further we get away from that, the more they put out, the less they feel like Star Wars to me. So let's see if that same kind of thing happens to me with Fantastic Four from 1974 to 2020. Let's see. But anyway, I've got those now. I just have some Captain Americas to get, I think, and then I can begin the project of reading my Marvel Comics in order. So stand by for episode 3, and please comment on anything I said in this, whether it be about Fantastic Four, the trajectory of Marvel Comics from in the last 50 years, or even Star Wars. You can talk about that too, because I'm a big Star Wars guy. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.